Hi, today is the 25 June 2026. I went to walking in the morning. Today is my general shift, so I have no particular work. So I went to walking in the morning, and when before I'm going to the walk, I saw a giant snake roaming around around and nearby my house, and that is trying to uh, cross a drainage canal by itself, by jumping from one side to another side on onto a tree. I will post that video here. And while walking in the morning, I saw a bug that is bright red in color. It is an arachnid. It is something, and I have searched it, and I have taken photos, and I have taken videos of it, and I will also attach those things. Today I walked for 18,000 steps in the morning and evening combined, and while walking I listened to some music, and then I listened to some economics radio episode. Uh, in one of those episodes, it said that how globalization has affected the countries, and is the globalization is a success or a failure. In terms of corporations, it is a very big success, because they searched everywhere on the world and found the cheapest manpower available there is, and they can bend the rules for their will for achieving maximum profits. That is one way of looking at globalization, and some other ways are also there, in which the globalization has reduced the difficulty and not difficulty, the dramatic gap between the rich countries and poor countries. The rich countries always try to get their goods done in less margins, so they have searched for many poor countries, and they export their business and manufacturing onto these poor countries. Why? So the poor countries accept these terms and make a buck from themselves, and their living standards are also increased, just like the China has increased since 2001, since 2000s, early 2000s, because when they opened for globalization, and their rules were bent so much that there is a term called just sweatshops. The Chinese sweatshops are the ubiquitous terms for where the rules are bent in such a way only the profit margins and cheap products at products at a cheaper rate are made. That is the ultimate form of productivity at the cost of people. That's what happened due to the globalization. Slowly they have increased, and slowly the China has realized by only becoming a manufacturing for the world, they can capture the most of the markets, and they will also become a superpower, just like they did now in 2026. By now 2026, the China is the most manufacturer of the world, and it has it is now sitting at par with the top countries of the world, thanks to globalization. And due to globalization itself only, many countries are risen out of the poverty, and their living standards are increased. But it doesn't mean that it is a good thing, because for the people living in the country, the pollution has increased, and the what are those their exploitation has increased. As a whole, it is like a mixed plate. You have some good things and some bad things. That is one thing. And in another episode I have listened to is like Another episode I listened to is about the farming of bananas and the recent and the variety of fruits that a variety of bananas that are going extinct because of the fungus that has that has already caused the extinction of some type of some type of bananas, and now it is causing the extinction of some other type of bananas that is we are getting. Cavendish bananas. They are called as Cavendish bananas. Cavendish bananas. Those Cavendish bananas are now being made extinct because there was a fungus that attacks that attacks the plant of the plant itself, and made the soil also unusable for the future banana plants. That is one thing. And because of the gene editing technique, by editing the genes, by making it more resistant to that fungus, they are able to sustain this Cavendish bananas right now. And that is one thing that is happening now. At the end of the day, people will say that the Cavendish bananas is going to expire in some few years if they don't do gene editing. But if they do gene editing, we don't know what are the repercussions in the future. So that is why it is a debate about that one. That if they did gene editing, it is a GMO product, genetically modified product. So nobody knows if it is good or bad. It might solve the present problems, but it may affect in the future. We don't know. That is one episode about the bananas. And the CRISPR editing of the bananas is proved to be working. That is what that episode is saying. Another episode I listened to is about swearing. The swear words like those things you already know. The famous swear word about the act of sex, all those things. It's about those swearing. Generally, it is considered very taboo earlier, but nowadays, slowly the swear words are becoming mostly normalized, because people want to be inclusive. When you swear, the other person also thinks that you are easy to move along with them. That is why swearing is increasing. And the social media and the pop culture mostly uses swear words. By using swear words, they are normalizing it very faster than the earlier rate. Earlier, for a swear word to become a normal word, it used to take centuries. But nowadays, every swear word is getting normalized into a normal word in the span of like a year or something, or very less days. That is what swearing is causing. And the swearing causes if you don't swear, by swearing you can improve your if you are normally not swearing, and if you get into some physical pain, you can endure it more by swearing. That is what some researchers are saying, but don't know how much of that is true. And another people are saying like in the earlier human evolution, everyone used to be at the same place, and people are used to be near to the fireplaces. So the swearing is not allowed in those households. After the living standards are increased, people used to get privacy, and when they get privacy, they used all these swear words in private, and slowly in their friend circles and their common social work circles, people started swearing, and they normalize it in that way. That is how the swearing became normal to nowadays, and most of the times it is like that only. The swearing becomes word normalized in by using more and more. But the swearing that is normal, and the swearing and derogatory, using the derogatory terms by race swearing, calling somebody n words is not a good thing, because you dehumanize them by swearing normally about some of form of acts and some of the F word. You are normalizing the behavior of everyone, but by swearing about these particular race and particular ethnic groups, you are dehumanizing those people and reducing them below humans. That is why the swearing of swearing about races and swearing of ethnicities is not a good one. That is what they are saying. What I listened to is about the donut economics. The donut economics says that everybody has to live on the donut, not in the hole and not on the outside hole. In the hole, in the donut, it absolutely defines the terms of minimum living standards like food, shelter, water, basic amenities. Those are the minimum standards. And outside of the donut, it indicates the absolute margin of the world resources and its resources. Like you cannot pollute more and more and more and expect earth to give more for you, earth to provide you more resources. You can only pollute up to some point, and then afterwards it will become a tipping point and it will not sustain the future growth. So that is one way to see the donut economics into play. In Amsterdam, they say that they adopted this process of donut economics, and in some cases and in some what is that? Not state. In some areas of the society it has shown promise, but not in every area of the society it has shown promise in the donut economics. So that is what the donut economics episode is about. While walking in the evening, I have seen some bugs going towards the floodlights of the ground I am walking in. I have taken that video. I will post here also.